Inside of that woman's body are 7 tightly intertwined poisons, and every single one of them can easily kill a person. In contrast to medicines that can revive the dead, those can only be the world's deadliest poisons. And when these 7 poisons are mixed together, even if they are a Tian Xian or Shenjiao master, they will soon be consumed by the poison and die a painful and tortuous death. The toxicity of this lethal poison definitely can't be suppressed by the moonlight's demonic force alone. Inside of that woman is another type of medicine that can balance out the toxicity of these 7 poisons. That is body's ambrosia. With only 1 drop, you can revive the dead and mend the flesh and bones. Literally, body's wine. It's a wine from ancient Chinese legends that's said to turn the one who takes a sip of it into a deity. Yes, that is the treasure that I've been looking for. With his eyes wide, Shuo Fan's heart was in exultation. Whether that woman lives or dies is of no concern to me, but the body's ambrosia that she has can revitalize that egg. Now what I need to do is to find out the whereabouts of body's ambrosia from her. Sister Chu Chu, you. What are you doing? Shuo Fan put on a sappy face, rubbing his hands in worry. Sister Chu Chu, your hand is so cold. Let me warm it up for you. Don't try and pull this trick on me. Speak. Why did you use your elemental force to search me? Chu Chu stared at him filled with doubt. I saw that Sister Chu Chu didn't look well, and my family makes pills for a living, so I wanted to see if I could be of any help, but I didn't think that Sister Chu Chu would be suspicious of me. Chu Chu's heart softened and her eyes no longer glared. My injuries aren't something that a small third-rate family like yours can deal with, but I thank you for the thought. Who said that? Our Yiyu City's Song family has been making pills for generations. Even my dad is a third-ranked pill refiner, and I was taught by him. If you still don't believe me, then follow me. Shuo Fan grabbed Chu Chu's soft hand and went outside. I'll show you my true capabilities. I still don't know what I was thinking that day. ACI willingly let him lead me away. Maybe, I just didn't want to put out this big boy's momentary spirit. The pair arrived at the tavern where Dong Tianba stayed. In his rush before, he even left the Song carriage here. It contained the ingredients the Song clan readied for the meeting. Brother Song. Dong Tianba was in glee while Dong Xiaowan gave a bashful nod. Big brother Song. Yet, Dong Xiaowan felt something strange as she caught his hand holding Chu Chu's wrist. Dong Tianba noticed this also and felt awkward. Bro, who is she? My new friend, Sister Chu Chu. Shuo Fan smiled. Come with me for a while. Dong Tianba dragged him to the side with a raised eyebrow. Hee hee. It's all thanks to brother Dong. How nice, my brother. You've only just arrived, and you've already scored a woman. If it weren't for you teaching me, why would I have known of such things? Brother, what does she look like? Her body is wrapped so tightly that I can't see it clearly. But judging from her eyes, she must be quite the beauty. Even I don't know. I also haven't seen her true appearance yet. What? Dong Tianba cried out. You haven't even seen her face, yet you've seduced her. So what of it? Shuo Fan shrugged. If I'm not doing it for her body. Shuo Fan brushed past him, letting him stand dumbstruck. A man's feelings for a woman, if it's not for her body, then is it because of true love? Since when did my brother change his personality? Brother Dong, where did you park my carriage? At the backyard of the inn. The two of you, follow me. How unstable. Where did my serious and cruel brother from yesterday go? Sigh, love can truly make a man a fool. Brother, you've fallen. Sister Chu Chu, look at this. His hand now held a scarlet yuan chi flame, throwing dozens of ingredients inside. Yet it was amazing how the ingredients didn't mix. Such precise control. At his age, to have someone that can do such a feat is a rare sight. A third-grade alchemist could, at best, handle 9 ingredients at once. But Shuo Fan made light work of dozens. His skill went beyond the 4th grade, perhaps even 5th. 4th-grade alchemists were seen only in second-rate clans, 5th grade in first-rate clans. As for those above, they were talents raised in the 7 houses. But compliments aren't enough. I need her to be shocked. And only when she's shocked will she be confident about my pill refinement capabilities, and only then will I be able to get body's ambrosia. At that time, Shuo Fan's eyes narrowed and gripped the scarlet flame containing the ingredients, putting it out. What are you doing? Why did you destroy the materials for the medicine? I thought you had improved since then, but how can you not even know the very basics of pill refining? By vulgarly placing all of your ingredients in one place. The fire was also extinguished. You've basically ruined all of your ingredients. This lad is just a child at best. His personality is still unstable. How can he refine pills? Chu shook her head with a light smile. Zhuo Fan smirked mysteriously. Being a pill refiner, how would I not know if my pills were destroyed? Do I really need you to remind me? Zhuo Fan opened his hand. A piercing red light flashed and left behind a round red and glossy pill. Oh, can this be? The pill is perfectly fine. The luster and smell of this pill tells me that it's only a second-rate pill, but of top quality. It had a far greater value than any pill of the same grade. This method of pill refining, it's the first time I've seen it. This method is called grasping the sun and the moon in one hand, and it's one of the secret techniques that's passed down in the Book of 9 Secrets. Even the people in the heavenly realm don't know anything like this. An ancient but advanced method such as this, how could the son of a regular pill refiner know about it? If it weren't for body's ambrosia, this emperor wouldn't have shown this method to the world. But the most important task here is to obtain the trust of Chu. Sister Chu. Zhuo Fan grinned as he brought the glossy red pill before Chu. I feel the coldness of your hands, so here, take this warm young pill. Chu raised her eyebrow, but mocked instead. Your kindness is greatly appreciated, but the warm young pill is only a second-rate pill. It will have no effect on me. That may not be true. Why don't you try it and see what happens? Look at him smiling so mysteriously. Could it be that this pill that was made with a unique method is different from other pills? She chose to take it after some muttering. How can this be? This pill? Chu suddenly felt her body shivering, her eyes filled with shock. She had an expression that no one could decipher. When I swallowed it, it became like a smaller version of the sun, and it continuously generates heat and light inside my body. Usually, pills that have yang characteristics will clash with my elemental force that's of the yin attribute. But this pill, instead, dissolved into scorching hot gases that are akin to the rays of the sun, albeit gentler, which is better for healing my tendon. Most importantly, it doesn't clash with my elemental force, so much so that I can absorb the entire medicinal power of the pill. This is something that can only be seen in dreams. How is it, Sister Chu? Isn't my pill much better than the others? For someone your age, your pill refining skills are the best of the best. I believe that, in a couple of years, your name will be known all around in Tianyu. This old man is already known by all. So you see, Sister Chu, it's only you who doesn't know. Whenever you have problems with your health, don't hide it from me, for I'll always find a way to help you. Chu jerked. Zhuo Fan's words struck a chord in her. Truly, I am in need of an elite pill refiner to help remove the toxins in my body. Hand over body's ambrosia to me already. Even if you don't have it on you, at least give me some clues, lady. Haha, young lad, you finally appeared. 2 figures landed from the sky. This sir has been waiting for you here for an entire day already. Dong Tianba and his sister jumped in shock. Chu was also affected, staring at the two with a complicated gaze. While Zhuo Fan's expression was grave, his eyes glinting dangerously. Son of a bitch. I'd almost gotten the whereabouts of body's ambrosia, yet you decided that this was a perfectly suitable time to cause trouble. I'm going to kill you. Zhuo Fan was itching to snap these two's necks, but noticing Chu. It's fine. Just continue being my good child. Young lad, I heard that you're quite power. Sister Chu, the people that were bullying me have come back. Help me beat them up please. Zhuo Fan pulled on Chu's clothes. He was striking an uncanny resemblance to a younger brother bullied by others and asking his boss for help. Miss Dan, is this the lad that you said had the galls to bully you? Why is it that he has no spine? Sir Yang, yes, he was the person that bullied me, but he wasn't like this yesterday. Even when facing my teacher, he was still holding his head up high with no fear. How did he go from being audacious to being cowardly? HMPH, who cares? If it is this lad, then this sir will vent your frustrations on him today. No matter if you're a useless scaredy-cat or an actual genius, as long as you dare to offend the people in my 7 royal families, just your ability to severely wound Kuaihua Forest's Ling Tianyu is worth this sir confronting you personal. You defeated Ling Tianyu? Aren't you also the same person that can't defend himself against the disciples of third-rate families? Zhuo Fan's eyes darted everywhere, then gave an embarrassed smile. If I say that it was him who tripped and harmed himself, would you believe me? Everyone almost lost balance and collapsed. Brother, can't you use your brain when lying? An elite in the 7th layer of the bone refinement realm, and you say that he tripped over himself. Are you kidding me? Song Yu, if you had admitted that you'd been lying to me then, I might have forgiven you. But saying something like this, you're trying to play me as a fool, aren't you? Chu Chu smiled out of anger. HMPH, you caused this mess yourself. You deal with it. Hey, Sister Chu Chu, let me explain. Chu Chu brushed her sleeve and vanished, leaving only her angry voice in his ear. Zhuo Fan trailed, but she was gone. You too. You could have come at any time, but you chose to come right now and ruined this old man's big plans. Zhuo Fan's tone carried a vicious desire for revenge, making Xiao Dandan shiver. Truly a formidable opponent. No wonder Ling Tianyu is in such a state. Such murderous aura, even though he's only in the first layer of the bone refinement realm. This aura he's giving off should only be emitted by the king of the forests, however. It is a pity that you met this sir today, from the Yarrow Wang Temple, residing under the vicious medicine king, Yang Song, his #1 disciple, Yang Fu. This sir is different from that piece of garbage, that abandoned son that's used by the Kuaihua forest to marry into other families, for this sir is the next person to inherit the position of the vicious medicine king. The vicious medicine king? That's the position that can only be inherited by the best pill refiner in the Yarrow Wang Temple. The best pill refiner in the Yarrow Wang Temple. Not only should their pill refining skills be the best of the best, their poison refining skills should also be unrivaled. It's as they say, the #1 killer is also the #1 healer. Life and death controlled in one's hands, that is the true medicine king. So, that's why they're called the vicious medicine king. So you're telling me that you're proficient at the poison arts? With a crack of lightning, Zhuo Fan appeared before Yang Fu. Yet before he could react, Zhuo Fan kicked him in the stomach. Yang Fu flew out, making a human-shaped hole in the wall around the tavern and bounced 50 meters in the street. Heh! Future vicious medicine king, casting a side glance at Xiao Dandan, she was scared out of her wits. Are you only capable of relying on men to do your bidding? Even if you bring another man, the results will still be the same. Zhuo Fan's contempt and harsh tone cut deep into her. It was no longer humiliation, but despise. Going through the broken wall, Zhuo Fan walked towards Yang Fu, who was getting up. That was very fast. Perhaps you're the only one with that speed in this world. Yang Fu sneered as he wiped the blood from his mouth. You're beaten into a pulp, yet you're still able to laugh. It's the first time I've seen someone like you. TMPH, since this sir can still laugh, that means that this sir is still confident that he'll win. Win? I understand that your Yarrow Wang Temple can refine pills and refine poison. But, no matter what type of poison you make, you still have to touch me, no? Are you sure you can catch me? You secular brat, no wonder you don't have any knowledge. My teacher, the vicious medicine king, is revered by the 7 royal families. If using poison has this many restrictions, why would the 7 royal families be afraid of him? A mist flew from his palms that gradually changed its color, soon letting out 3 different types of light. This lad's usage of poison is very unpredictable. I've actually stumbled upon his poison. Take this, my Yarrow Wang Temple's martial arts that have been passed down from generation to generation. The 7-colored palm of the skies. The palms gushed out a tricolored mist. In a mere blink, it rotated around him like a tornado, obscuring his form. The practitioners of Yarrow Wang Temple's martial arts prioritize using poison as their offense, but in turn, they have neither speed nor a good physique. Thus, their defense can be considered the weakest. And once they attack, they'll surround themselves in a mist of poison, which will force people away. But it's a pity that you met me today. I won't fall for such a trick. Wait, no. He realized something. Something like standing up for your disciple. Shouldn't it be someone from the Huayu Towers? So, why would the task rest on this lad's head? That lad may seem like he's here to get revenge for Xiao Dandan, but in actuality, he was lured here by someone to test this old man. This is clearly a farce. They're tricking this lad into taking the lead. It seems that the master of the Qinghua Tower is still unsure of my identity. Right now, there are surely a couple of Tian Xian elites observing us. HMPH, this was a good play. This fight is unwinnable. Zhuo Fan laughed coldly inside as he withdrew, no longer having the desire to kill in his eyes. Young lad, weren't you just boasting about your speed? Yang Fu's egotistical voice came from inside the mist. If you're really that great, then come and fight. Do you think I'm that stupid? That I'll just run into it and get poisoned? If you have the balls, then come out. I don't believe that you'll do it. You can stay in there forever, and once you exhaust all of your elemental force, I'll deal with you then. Page, if you think that the 7-colored palm of the skies is only a defensive martial art, then you're wrong. Today, this sir will show you what the most perfect martial art is. 3 tendrils of mist moved from the tornado, like hands, going after Zhuo Fan, their speed no less than his. Zhuo Fan ducked and dodged through the gaps in the attacks. But the tendrils suddenly turned and came from his back. Young lad, you've seen it yourself. Our Yarrow Wang Temple's 7-colored palm of the skies is good at offense and defense. No matter what you do, you're going to die. Those who use poison are the strongest, as well as the weakest. Once their poison arts are broken, that's when they become the weakest. Basically, cultivators with equal or lower ranking than theirs won't even give a single shit about them. Within the 10 ancient emperors, not one uses poison to fight. Once I've broken your poison attack and removed your Yarrow Wang Temple from the 7 royal families, that's when you'll cry. Right now, this old man shall endure it. Young lad, don't think that just because you're slightly stronger than other people that you can bully the disciples of the 7 royal families. Let me tell you now. You can ignore the other royal families, but once you offend our Yarrow Wang Temple, you're going to perish. Bastard. When have I offended your Yarrow Wang Temple? Wasn't it you who came to confront me first? This lad is too arrogant. Gasping, Zhuo Fan clenched his fists. Even if I lose, I have to teach him a lesson. At this thought, Zhuo Fan stopped his running, as if tired. Tired. Yang Fu was thrilled. This is my chance. Sending the red, yellow, and green tendrils of poisonous mist right for him. But Zhuo Fan squinted and with a loud bang, he charged through the 3 tendrils of poison and into the mist like an artillery shell. Yang Fu could foresee what Zhuo Fan was planning to do and became startled. He was preparing to move out of the way, but he was late to react and Zhuo Fan was already before him, his hand clutching at his neck. Poison seeped into his body and Zhuo Fan's face alternated between red, yellow, and green. His mouth and nose were bleeding constantly, but he couldn't care less. You bastard. Do you think you're something just because you can use poison? Bring it on. Kicking Yang Fu in the chest. Bones cracked with a crisp sound and Yang Fu spat blood. His eyes were filled with fright. Psychopath. You're a fucking psychopath. Yang Fu was going hysterical watching dark blood flow freely from Zhuo Fan's face. Zhuo Fan kicked Yang Fu's chest 3 more times, breaking all his ribs. So what if I've gone mad? Eventually, I'm going to die, so I might as well kill you while I'm at it. This is just my revenge. Yang Fu was itching to cry his heart out from all the pain. Before he could make a sound, Zhuo Fan grabbed his skull and slapped him a dozen or so times. The sharp sounds echoed on the street as Yang Fu's teeth were flung with each slap. Xiao Dandan and the Dong siblings who came out of the tavern stared in shock. How could this be? Looking at Yang Fu's wounds, they aren't anything that can kill him. But he on the other hand, has been inflicted with the deadliest poison. He'll be dead, before long. But looking at the situation, Song Yu looks like the winner who's torturing his opponent while Yang Fu, instead, looks like the loser who's groveling on the floor for forgiveness. How can this be? He's someone who's going to die soon, but even when he's nearing his death, he still bears the aura of an elite standing at the top of the world. I've never seen anyone like this before. I really hope that he can live on. But sadly, once you've been inflicted by the Yarrow Wang Temple's poison, you're destined for death. It's the same for the people from the 7 royal families. This is why the Yarrow Wang Temple is so horrifying. Zhuo Fan yanked Yang Fu by the hair. Didn't you say that your Yarrow Wang Temple's martial arts are unparalleled? Didn't you wish for me to die? Today, I'll die with you. Let's see which of us will die the much more painful death. Hold it. A gale knocked Zhuo Fan flying. As a green-robed elderly drifted to Yang Fu, he gave him a pill, checked his wounds then sighed. His poisonous eyes then snapped to Zhuo Fan, glinting with murderous intent. 1,000 meters out, on a tall building, stood 2 figures. It's just as they say. Reckless people are afraid of brutish people, while brutish people are afraid of those who aren't afraid of death. This lad's relentless attacking style can be considered the Yarrow Wang Temple's natural enemy. If the other 6 royal families had also used this method to fight the Yarrow Wang Temple, would the vicious medicine king be this arrogant now? I really do enjoy this lad's personality. Now, I've finally understood why Tian Yu lost. To have met up with a psychopath like him who has no restraint whatsoever, and with such strength too, it's hard not to lose. But how many teenagers in this world are like this young man? Even when facing an unbeatable opponent, he still continues to struggle. Most people's first reaction would be to escape, but by the time they realized what was going on, it would be too late. This is why people fear the Yarrow Wang Temple. Unfortunate. This lad has a good physique. If he'd been taught under my tutelage, he could have been someone of great importance. 5th elder nodded and flew away. But now that he's been inflicted with the Yarrow Wang Temple's poison, he won't be living for long. Fifth Elder, that young man, is he really not that Shuofan? Lin Zitian shouted from behind. Startled, Fifth Elder turned to look at him and shook his head. Shuofan? Shuofan is as sly as a fox, as ravenous as a wolf, as sinister as a snake, and as ferocious as a tiger. That lad not only doesn't look even a little bit similar to him, he's also stubborn and a brute as well. Even if he isn't afraid of dying, he's totally different from Shuofan. Ling Zitian, listen here. That Shuofan is 100 times scarier than him. Lin Zitian was left with a hard expression. The Yuming Valley's Fifth Elder is its tower of strength. He's the most powerful in the Yuming Valley. A young man who can make even the Fifth Elder so worried. What sort of person is he? Big Brother Song. She wanted to go to him, but Dong Tianba pulled her hand. Oi, brat, come and look after my disciple. Vicious Pill King turned to Xiao Dandan, his eyes flashing green. She shivered from fear as she pointed at herself. Are you referring to me? Yang Fu's mangled body stirred endless disgust in her. Picking up on her loathing, Yang Song spoke in a threatening tone. It was my disciple who wanted to stand up for you, but ended up in this state. If it wasn't for you, then who was it for? My disciple was beaten to a pulp because of you, yet you are degrading him for failing? Shivering, Xiao Dandan shook her head again and again. No, I don't dare to. Chimph, you better not. It's uncharacteristic of him to fancy someone like you. If you dare offend him, this sir will curse you to a state worse than death. Feeling Yang Song's naked killing intent with every step, Shuofan's fist tightened. This old man is already half dead from the poison, but you're still not backing down. Do you really want to end this old man with your hands? Despite having a 5th-grade demonic treasure body, an all-out strike from a profound heaven expert would leave him with a heavy wound. At the very least, his inner organs would be damaged. If it's going to be that way, then unfortunately, I'll have to reveal my true identity to save my own hide. Here it comes. Suddenly, lighting crackled along his thunder ring left him startled. It can't be that lad. Ha ha, yet familiar laughter echoed. I had thought that Elder Yang Song, the Yarrow Wang Temple's vicious medicine king, was a person that was highly respected. It was none other than Sword Marquis Abode Xie Tianyang, the one who went through life and death alongside Shuofan. Next to him was the same elder from before, 8th Elder Jian Suifeng, but it turns out he only knows to bully others who are in a worse-off state than him. This lad came at the right time. Shuofan was in glee, sneaking the thunder ring into another storage ring while no one was looking. The crackling of lighting vanished, but Xie Tianyang didn't care. Where did this brat come from? You dare but into this sir's matters? Tianyang, this isn't of our concern. Don't intervene. 8th Elder, this is Huayu City. It isn't the Yarrow Wang Temple's territory. Why should we be afraid of him? Xie Tianyang grinned, sticking out his chin. Jian Suifeng shook his head. Ever since the battle at Qingming City, this child now loves to rebel against injustice and can't bear to see anyone being bullied. That Shuofan must have offended someone, since he disappeared without a trace last time I saw him. But you're supposed to represent the Jian Hu household. So, why do you keep mimicking that lad? And you could have offended anyone else, yet you settled on the vicious medicine king? Jian Suifeng gave a wistful smile as he apologized in Xie Tianyang's stead. Elder Yang Song, this lowly one is the Jian Hu household's 8th elder, Jian Suifeng. Just now, my junior made a grave mistake as he's still young, so please forgive him. Oh, so you're from the Jian Hu household? No wonder, your disciple is so bold. Yang Song's eyes drifted over the two, then shook his head at the breathless Shuofan. Whatever, this sir shall allow the Jian Hu household to save face and shall not deal with this lad. Since he's been inflicted with my disciple's poison, he doesn't have much longer to live anyway. That old devil intended to say my disciple loudly, so as to warn us to not say anything bad about him, especially about him bullying others. Jian Suifeng was clear on his hidden meaning and nodded. Elder Yang Song is famous for being able to produce outstanding students. How could a regular person be the opponent of your disciple? That lad dares to fight with your disciple. His death was inevitable. Yang Fu nodded in satisfaction. At least you're tactful. He then flashed before Xiao Dandan and took her and his disciple away. If he lingered any more, the Sword Marquis Abode might figure out his disciple killed his opponent with poison while getting beaten like a punching bag. He'd have no face left then. When the old man left, Jian Suifeng took a deep breath. Those bastards. They only know to bully others every day. What an embarrassment to the 7 royal families. You fool. Do you think you're like that monster, Zhuofan, who can control any situation? After cuffing Xie Tianyang over the head, Jian Suifeng shook his head. Tianyang, didn't you know how dangerous that was? This vicious medicine king isn't like Yu Guiqi. That Yu Guiqi at least knows to plan ahead, and knows to calculate the wins and losses, so he won't immediately take action. But this vicious medicine king, once he's unimpressed, even if you're from one of the 7 royal families, you could be struck at any moment, and you wouldn't be able to defend yourself then. Xie Tianyang bit his lip and sighed powerlessly. You must be the young master of the Jian Hu household. Brother Song Yu was inflicted with the Yarrow Wang Temple's poison. Please help him. Xie Tianyang turned to see Dong Xiaowan kneeling at his feet. 8th Elder, can he be saved? The Yarrow Wang Temple's poison isn't something that can be undone easily. If so, how could the Yarrow Wang Temple be this revered by the people? Jian Suifeng shook his head. Tianyang, these matters aren't something you should care about. Xie Tianyang watched Dong Xiaowan hopeless. I'm sorry, miss. I can't help you. All I can do is hope that you'll recover from this soon. And left with Jian Suifeng. In the end, Brother Song met this end because of us. We shall bury his body in Huayu City. From now on, the Song family shall be considered our family too. Wait. A sudden voice stopped them. Chu Chu appeared. He is inflicted with the Yarrow Wang Temple's 7-colored palm of the skies. His body is now full of poison. If you touch him, you, too, will be contaminated by the poison and die. The two backed off a few steps. Then, what should we do now? We can't just leave Big Brother Song's body out in the open. Just leave him to me. Chu Chu bound Zhuofan in a ribbon and vanished. I'll definitely save him. A poison that even one of the 7 royal families, the Jian Hu household, is unable to do anything about. Can a simple countryside lady like her cure it? These 3 poisons are still considered the deadliest of poisons. Once they're in your body, they'll mix and mash together, and their poisonous effects will mutate into a multitude of variations. Aside from using my demonic heavenly tricks to deal with it and taking the Yarrow Wang Temple's antidote, what other methods could there be to cure it? Unless it's... His guess got him in high spirits. 15 minutes later, in the slums, Chu Chu laid Zhuofan on the earthen bed and her hand flashed with a bottle. The instant she uncorked it, the scent wafted everywhere in the room. That smell. That's the thing I've been searching for all this time. The treasure, that is. The body's ambrosia. A green drop landed on Zhuofan's lip, sliding in his mouth. Such intense breath of life. It consumes my entire body and makes me feel incredibly relaxed. But no matter how relaxing it may be, big sister, that drop of body's wine, you should use it on my egg. Faked a faint breath, as though he had just recovered. He was muttering all the while to make his weakened state believable.